Welcome back, and for this edition we're going to be making almond milk, my version of almond milk. So let's get started. Come right over here to the usual counter. I have 2 containers, and the reason why I have 2 containers is because when I blend in the Vitamix, and this is a necessity because it's such a high-powered blender, it will pulverize anything. So this is, think about if you want to invest in something, it's awesome. But anyway, so because it only holds so many cups, and I make such a huge batch each time, because I cook with it, I just do so much with this that I need to make 2 different batches. So here we go. Got the 2 containers. Just got some fresh almonds, cashews, and pumpkin seeds from Green Planet. So I'll get everything out. Always keep raw nuts refrigerated because they can go rancid. So they really need to stay in the refrigerator. So these are totally raw, no salt, nothing. They're so fabulous. Again, superfood, power food. So first of all, I'm going to start with my almonds, all organic, and I put a little over a cup in each of the containers. This is so easy. This is just so easy. So tonight, it really kind of takes almost 2 days to do it because you want to soak your nuts. So this is a little over a cup, and then I top it off with raw cashews right to the very top of it. Okay. Continue on to the other side. Same thing. Equal amounts. So we're going to fast forward this, so I'm going to do the same thing for both sides. And now I'm going to add raw pumpkin seeds. Aren't they a beautiful color? Great. Again, this is another high power food. For men, they actually again say that this is really beneficial to the prostate and to keep cancer away. So think about that, guys. And again, I like to, the reason why I like to do so much of adding so many different nuts into my milk is because of my story that I told you and I do about 3/4 of a cup of pumpkin seeds into each of both containers. Real quickly, remember when I had the colonoscopy that they said that nuts and seeds don't really digest well and just from chewing, and so that's why I started figuring out, okay, that's it. The next time I ever have a colonoscopy, they're not going to find that in my colon. So that's why I do so much of pulverizing. So it's, again, pre-digested and more beneficial because we get more of the nutrients absorbed into our system, or the micronutrients. They have to be the same. Okay, so there's that. Now, so we're adding the fresh spring water, and we're going to soak them for overnight for at least 8 hours. And the reason why we soak them is because we remove the phytic acid, the tannins, the different enzymes that cause problems through digestion, and this relieves that, and when you rinse them, it rinses them away, and it also, for the almonds, the outer covering and so forth, it just makes it easier to, when you pulverize it, it just makes it more, almost a smoother consistency. So there's a lot of benefits to soaking nuts prior to eating them, and so that's what we're going to do. They're going to soak overnight, and then I'll rinse them tomorrow, and I'll rinse them a couple times, and then we'll make the almond milk. Although it's really almond, cashew, and pumpkin seed milk. We'll stop right here and we'll resume this tomorrow and we'll finish making our almond milk. So now we're back this morning, and the almonds and the pumpkin seeds and the cashews have soaked overnight in spring water. All the tannins and all of the different chemicals that the nuts and seeds hold inside of them have been taken out into the water. If you kind of come over here and look, you can see how the water kind of gets that murky kind of color. Look at that. Okay, so they've been sitting almost to a pre-sprouted state, and we know when we sprout things that they have more micronutrients. That's what we're all about as a nutritarian. So I'm going to rinse them twice to make sure I really get all the tannins and all those inhibitors out of the seeds and the nuts, and then we'll be right back and we'll start making it. So now the nuts and seeds have been rinsed twice. Here's what it looks like after I rinse them. Okay. They're a little swollen, a little bloated up now, which is going to make them even more of a more creamy, rich milk. Some people want to add sweeteners to them, like honey, or sometimes they might add vanilla or maple syrup. I don't add anything. I just go just with this. And by adding the cashews, cashews almost have a dairy cheese flavor, but it's all natural. When I make my macaroni and cheese, or anything that calls for cheese, I use cashews, raw cashews, and believe it or not, you would be amazed. It tastes very much like cheese. So that's what I would use, so you really aren't giving up anything when you go to a vegan diet. It's just more energy and more vitality. So with that said, if you try this recipe, it is so delicious, it's so creamy, and just, again, you're getting great nutrients. So here we go. This is my Vitamix. It's a very high-powered blender. It really pulverizes and crushes anything you're going to put into it. So what I'm going to do is, starting with the first batch, I usually make a terrible mess, so here they are. They're all inside the blender. Then I take the spring water that we collected yesterday, and I'm going to take it right up to, yes, I know I have to look, I can't see very well, okay, right up to about 8 cups of water, but it's not really 8 cups of water because you can see, look at all, this is almost registering at 4 cups, but so the water's going to take it in. But because I've made this so many times, a lot of times they'll say just put 4 to 5 cups of water in and then put the seeds in. But when I do that, the water just goes splashing everywhere. So now I know how much water it will be once I fill it in this. So watch how this pulverizes. It's going to look just like milk when you get done. Watch. Ready? Here we go. Okay, so I had it run between 90 seconds to 2 minutes to really make sure that I pulverized every single morsel of the seeds and the nuts. And look how foamy, look at this. Isn't that amazing? Doesn't it look just like milk? Beautiful. It smells so fresh and so delicious. So I take some of the bottles that I collect, and once again, it's always going to be glass. Okay, and I'm going to fill them. It's done. I filled the bottles, and I have extra left over. And this is what I'm going to use for the base of the creamy soup I'm going to make later today. So I'm just going to put them in glasses. And this will be my base, which we'll be filming later today. Some people will actually take cheesecloth with this mixture, and they'll pour it through the cheesecloth and collect all of the pulp that's because it's very thick, and they'll use it for dry it, and they'll dry it, and they'll use it maybe for like a flour for baking. But for me, I can't imagine taking all the nutrients that's within this, and I love the thickness of it. And again, like we said with the when I had the colonoscopy, this will now absorb into my body. There's not going to be any seed or any nut that's going to be just sitting in my colon. It will truly be absorbing all of the wonderful enzymes and the nutrients that this has for it. There's a saying that some people say that almonds have a certain chemical in them that actually prevent and promote our hair from staying dark and not turning white and gray. I don't know if that has anything to do with why my hair is staying dark for so long. So again, almonds could be that fountain of youth for keeping our hair looking younger looking. Try this, and we'll be back with another recipe soon. Have a great day, and don't forget, subscribe. It's free. Make a comment, ask questions. We're always here for you, and I just hope that you are making that decision to take charge of your health destiny. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. Bye.